Hey there everypony, this is Mark, aka the Wolf Pony here, and I'm here to tell you what my top 10 episodes of MLP Friendship is Magic Season 1 is. Since everybody who loves the show makes their own top 10s, I thought I'd join in the group, since I already did that already. Now, Season 1 really is nostalgia now due to how so much has happened in the show. I say Season 1 holds itself really well. Mostly. Now, this is my opinion, so don't think of it as official and nobody can claim that. So let's get started, shall we? Also, two-parters are seen as one episode, so expect that. Number 10. Friendship is Magic, Part 1 and 2. When I first heard how guys are liking this show through my brother who thinks it's stupid and still think it is, I thought I was gonna think so as well. When I checked the guide on my TV and see that the first 2 episodes are on, I decided to give it a shot to see what's up, and I was now to become a brony. The first 2 episodes really did a good job to introduce the characters and what their personalities are. This gave us a really great cast to follow. Plus, it has an interesting plot and good lore that is established here. I was also surprised of how much effort they put in considering this show's demographic. But it does have problems. One is the pacing, as it's way too fast and felt like it could have another episode. I feel like I'm missing a huge chunk here that could have completed the story that is presented, like Nightmare Moon and the Trials. Not to mention it has moments where it reminds us that this show is for little girls, as if the scenes with Fluttershy and Rarity are pretty much proof of that. But overall, it's a great start to a series and only shows more good things to come. Hey, it did start the Brony fandom, doesn't it? Well, it almost started. Number 9. Bridal Gossip. When it comes to making an episode teaching that discrimination is wrong, this episode almost did it well. First of all, I love the humor in this episode when the poison joke comes in. I laughed my ass off when I heard Flutter Guy for the first time, and she sings!
Look deep in her eyes, she will put you in trances. Then what will she do? She'll mix up an evil brew. Then she'll gobble you up in a big tasty stew. So, watch out.
Plus, this is the first role that Apple Bloom has, and it really made her a good character despite the cliche of the kids know better than adults. But it's open to show that kids are not as stupid as you think, and sometimes adults can be the stupid ones, as we already seen this a lot. Plus, it has Sakura, who is a zebra, which adds that there are other species than just ponies. It shows that other species are out there just waiting for us to be shown and explore more. Plus, I love how this character is, and her rhyming just makes her interesting.
How dare you! You destroy my home, destroy my work, then rudely accuse me of being a jerk? It is unwise to venture down this road. Your actions will make my anger explode!
Makes the episode worth it. Now, why did I say almost? Well, I was planning to put this higher, but a brony YouTuber named Hemo24, aka the Voice of Reason, shows why this episode sucks, and he helps me a bit as I rewatch this and see how the flaws could ruin it, and I can see them. I can see that the characters are a bit out there, and Pinky's a big example of it, but maybe that's mostly because they haven't seen a creature like that. Plus, the moral, while I do agree on how explaining it is not making you a good teacher, I'll be honest to say that it kind of is, due to the fact that I was a really dumb kid at times back then, and I had more was explained to me when I was young. But however, it doesn't turn me into a stupid person, and I became who I am today. I still enjoyed the episode, just not as much as I was before. Overall, it's a good episode, but with a lot of speed bumps in the road. Besides, Ghostbusters pretty much is the worst that MLB can do in this season, in my perspective. Number 8. Feeling Pinky Keen. Oh my god, I love this episode! Okay, the reason that I enjoyed this episode is because of how funny this episode is! Cartoons are well known for humor, but since we lack of that nowadays, I question if it's true or not. But then after seeing this episode, it left me with a huge smile. First, I love how it's so slapstick heavy this episode is. All the time, Twilight gets so much slapstick abuse that it's just so funny to see her get hurt. I feel like the writer is trying to capture the vibe of the Tom and Jerry cartoons. Every joke here is well timed and really shows how Dave Polsky can make great humor. Plus, it has a Pokemon reference. your argument is invalid. Now, the only problem I have with this is the moral and how it's represented. I don't think it kills it, but it's just that it's so badly handled. I wish they showed it in a neutral perspective so that it could have been better and change how the moral is said. I know how people always seems to be with science and religion is, so why not give a perspective on both sides? So that way both people could be happy and not have flame wars over the internet. Plus the story is really lacking here. This is where Dave Polsky has a problem here, as he tends to forget that for humor, which is not good if you're a story kind of guy like Buck, who pretty much has a vendetta against him. Overall, this is a good funny episode, and that is why it's on my list, and it could have been higher if the moral is written in a better way. Number 7. Fall Weather Trends. Now this is a classic for me, as this has shown some of the best writing I have seen for duos. First of all, I love the dialogue and pairings they did in this one. The duos really show a lot of chemistry with each other, like how Rainbow Dash and Applejack have a competitive relationship here. Each other to see who does the most and shows who's the best. It's just awesome. It's nice to see the strengths of how these two races are. Pinkie Pie and Spike is another great combination here, as there is interactions with each other, which is just outstanding and very pleasant to hear. It's a character duo that I wish that another episode would do, as there is so much they could do here. My guess is that the writing really shines here, and plus it helps develop a relationship with certain pair of characters that I wish would show more in the series. This is really one simple story that works due to the fact of how the characters interact. You don't always need big dramatic plots and all that to be good and interesting, and this episode shows it. Overall, this is a fun and entertaining episode. Number 6. Dragon Shy. When it comes to Fluttershy, I'm mixed about her, as while she has an interesting take of a personality of the shy type, I just see her as a way for bronies to go gaga over how cute she is. That is my first impression with her. But after seeing this episode, it made me wish that I could turn into my OC and date her. Hey, I'm not afraid to admit my attraction to fictional characters. If Digibrony can have a crush on an MLP character, then so can I. And that seems to be getting fan art. So what did this episode do to make me like her? Well, first is how they built up to her saving the day. I thought she was just gonna cute her way out of this, but no, they made her into a badass who takes no bullshit from anybody who mocks her friends.
Mister, just because you're big doesn't mean you get to be a bully. You may have huge teeth and sharp scales and snore, smoke, and breathe fire, but you do not, I repeat, you do not hurt my friends.
The ending alone made this episode awesome. This episode is also the thirst to do a solo adventure in. A lot of things happen when head up to the mountain, and it has the most action that I have seen in an episode, making it my recommendation to non-fans to see. Plus the humor really stands out here, like the scene with Fluttershy jumping over the mountain to mountain.
There? Yep. Just don't look down.
It's one episode that gives so much depth to a character and actually can relate to over time. Overall, I have this episode to thank for now that Fluttershy is my favorite pony. Number 5. Sonic Rainboom. This has to be the best character-focused episode I have seen, and here's why. Basically, Rainbow Dash enters the contest of best flyers, but then starts to get nervous. This focus on how they push a character to her limits, and the way how it ended is just satisfying. It shows a lot of development about Rainbow Dash and his determination. It's one that Brony seems to remember about this episode and can feel Dash's pain. A lot of us wanted to push forward but afraid to fail so hard. But with a little push, it shows that we can do anything. I really wish I could put this higher, as it's good, but I do have one complaint. During this, Rarity has become a showboaty with her wings and it's focused on at times, which makes me wonder why not have a develop the relationship between them. It would have had more character to both, making this another duo episode. It's one missed opportunity here, as it would have added depth to Rarity as well, since people hated her in season 1. But as it is, I really like this episode, and I hope that in the future we get more about Rainbow Dash and Rarity. Number 4. Party of One. This episode has to be one of the most intense and darker character studies I have ever seen. It starts out with Pinkie Pie wanting to throw another party after the other, but her friends kept avoiding her like something is up. It got so bad that it led to her thinking that her friends don't want to hang out with her anymore. This led to one of the biggest memorable moments in TV show history.
Yeah, them ponies showed up. Oh, they're not so bad.
How Hasbro passed this as something that kids would see is beyond me, but I love it. This episode shows a lot of Pinkie's character and has the most in-depth look at what she is. It felt like that she has never had anything that made her happy when she was a young kid. Well, when living in a rock farm, it isn't exciting anyway. If there is one complaint I have is the ending. It was very predictable, but what led to it is a very fun ride. So overall, this episode will go down in history in the Brony fandom of how dark this could get. Number 3. A Dog and Pony Show. When it comes to Rarity, she has got to be one of the most complex characters of the main 6. I will admit, people has a point that she is a train wreck at times, but she really is a good character, and this episode shows it. Pretty much, Rarity gets captured by dogs who wants her to look for diamonds. Her friends and Spikes tries to save her, but then shows that she is more clever than you think. That is what I like about this episode. It teaches how you can't just judge them by the way they look, and you'll be surprised if you do. Not to mention the humor here is really dang clever and funny. There's something of Spike's fantasies that just make me laugh and smile.
Show yourselves, you dogs! You curs!
I knew you would save me.
Nothing could stop me, milady.
Oh, Spike, you are my hero.
Now, one thing I keep hearing that people complain is that Rarity is annoying. I have to disagree, as it never reached that point, at least to me. Plus, this is used in a defense and it has purpose to the episode. One reason why I will always hate Hearts and Hooves Day, because they dragged that joke out for so long that it just ruins it for me. This right here shows that making something annoying can be funny if done right. So overall, the episode will always show me that Rarity is a great character that is brought to life here. Number 2. Suited for Success. Yep, another Rarity episode. Don't touch me! While I say the last episode shows a good portion of her character, this one times it up by 11! Basically, this is like a high school episode, only except that it takes itself seriously. Basically, it's her friends wanting new dresses for the gala, so Rarity offers herself to make the dress. It's well paced and shows how much she knows her friends on what they want. I really love the song here, as they are at the highest quality and it's so damn catchy. It's Broadway music quality here.
Pressed yard by yard, never stressed, and that's the art of the dress.
Plus, I love the designs of the dresses each pony wears. Who would have thought that a fashion looks so badass? I also like how sometimes when you want something, it may not be the best that you wanted. I know how that feels at times. This really makes me want to see more about Rarity, and this is why I could see in the My Anime List Club of the MLP saying that she is best pony. So many things can be done with this character, and that shows that MLP will have a future for a long-running show if they play their cards right. Now, before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Now, Cutie Mark Chronicles is pretty much the most loved episode that everybody knows, and that's the reason why it's only honorable, because everybody's already been talking about this. It is still a fantastic episode no matter how you look at it. Now, I know this episode is basically almost hated due to the fact that it sort of jokes around the serious, well, you know, by looking at the footage. But however, I still find it to be a decent episode. It's not outstanding, but I love the new setting that we got here, and the fact that it can be really funny at times. I do like the Pinkie song though. Yes, I do like it. So it's not a bad episode altogether, it's just a really good, entertaining one. Now I get why this episode's so hated. I mean, the jealousy is pretty terrible here, and the fact that the main six is already so hooked up on this owl in one day? Yeah, that is really pathetic. But however, I look at it at a different way. I mean, Spike is acting like a dragon here. He is showing what dragon shy is when it comes to the dragon there. Plus, I love the relationship with Twilight and Spike here, showing that they're just more than servant and master. They are pretty much family, brother and sister. That really pulls my heartstrings. Also, I like the fact that it shows the worst within Spike because it shows that he's human. I like it when characters are shown at their worst, and this, in my honest opinion, actually works this way. So yeah, it's a really underrated episode in my honest opinion, but understandable at least. Number 1. Best night ever. Now this is a good way to end season 1. Now why is this episode the best out of all that I've seen in this countdown? Well, it has everything from a great story, great humor, and a great moral. They pull everything with this episode, and it shows how much effort the writing team has. From the parody of Cinderella, Pinkie Pie trying to be the life of the party, to Fluttershy becoming evil.
Pretties? Oh yes. As soon as one of you little birds, or monkeys, or bears touches this net, you'll be mine! Mine!
All of this has hit so well, and it shows how to end a great season on a high note. The story in this really presents the moral well, as they are really striking out on this dream day they plan at the gala. This tells a great message for the kids, saying that sometimes life will hit you hard. You cannot just expect a good life to be given to you all the time if you work hard for it, and that is the truth, and this does it in a brutal but funny way possible. It seems that every character represents something that we want but shows the sad truth. This is why people will always love this episode no matter how long times has passed, because this shows the harsh way of life in a metaphoric way, and many adults and kids that manage to pick this up will see that life ain't always easy. It is that right there that shows this cartoon and any other cartoon and Disney show that sugarcoats this to the point of insulting. Well, that's my top 10 episodes of season 1. Hope you enjoy. The next will be a game review, so expect that to come soon. I hope. Well, anyway, this is Mark, aka the Wolf Pony here, and I hope the next day will be even better. See ya!